The reality is, I think that there are many Americas, and that the view we get of America in Australia is often Hollywood or West Coast or East Coast.
Yeah.
The former ambassador, Kim Beazley, who was a political leader in Australia, a man I have enormous regard for, served there for a very long time in Washington. And he made this point to him. He said, we miss the essential cultural, family, and church strength of middle America that's not commonly portrayed. Are you saying that's still strong and vibrant in your view?
Oh, there's no question. It's been strong since Tocqueville in 1826. It's been strong since 1776 and since 1750 when George Whitefield was preaching up and down the 13 colonies. It is the backbone of our liberty. We would have no liberty and no self-government if not for those good people who are virtuous, who govern themselves, and by governing themselves enable self-government in the larger sense. That is what has enabled America to be the freest and most prosperous country in the world. And it's not because American people are better. American people are precisely like other people around the world. It is the culture of self-government that needs to be taught, and that was taught for generations, but that since I was a kid, roughly speaking, has ceased to be taught. So people don't understand how it works, why it's good, why it's fragile, and we have to make sacrifices to keep it. And we don't really talk so much about why it's worth fighting for. And so most people tend to take it for granted, tend not to see that it is a glorious privilege to live in a truly free country, to govern ourselves. It's a glorious privilege. None of us deserves it. And the least we can do is preserve it for future generations and try to help give it to the rest of the world so that other people around the world can live this way and not live under, tyrannous bureaucracies or tyrannous leaders, dictators. It's just something that, without any question, I didn't discover until later in life. And so I'm making up for lost time by writing about it and talking about it, because I think that everyone in the world deserves the opportunity to really be free, to be self-governing, and to have economic freedom and economic opportunity. All of those things are wonderful, but they don't exist in the state of nature. If we leave things, just to go as they're going to go, eventually you devolve, whether to anarchy or to tyranny, to something less than what we currently still have.
I understand what you're saying. It's always a battle. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance, as is said.